Okay, hello everyone. Already see some people coming in. Thank you, thank you. So we're not going to be doing requests today. I have an art trade I wanted to get done. So we're going to be working on that instead. I got the sketch pre-prepared because I wanted to make sure it looked good going into it, and sometimes it's harder to sketch on stream. But the line art and the color and the rendering, that'll all be done on stream today. Yes, exactly. Hello, hello. Lots of regulars here today. It's great to see. Yes, I made one a couple days ago. I made it in like an hour. It's not a very fancy one, but I figured it was better than nothing. Yes, it does move. A little bit, a little bit. Now, I don't actually do line art that often, so don't use me as reference on how to do line art. I usually just render over top of it, but I kind of wanted to do line art today just to practice a bit, you know? So much better than nothing. Yeah, exactly. I figured it'd be slightly more interesting. The horse with the horn. Hey, it also has wings. Full on alicorn we got here. You can see the reference I used earlier. Often for drawing ponies, I'll do foals or just young horses. I find they have better proportions. When I use pat emotes, I'm patting the PNG. Horse cosplaying as an alicorn. Getting out of bed, as in you're just getting out of bed? Okay, I'll see if I can make this a little less awkward for me in terms of where my iPad is positioned. Ah, you're getting ready for work, I see. I already finished my my class for today. Thank goodness. I ended up being late by almost 40 minutes because it was snowing pretty bad here and it caused a car accident, so the road was closed and I got caught in the traffic caused by it. So I was very late. But I don't think there's much I could have done about that. But that's Canada for you. Even where I live, it's not like that snowy. I'm in one of the warmer areas of the country, and yet still there's enough snow where this kind of stuff happens. But yeah, by the way, so the queue is off the screen. That's just because I'm not working on it today. That being said, it is saved. And I still will be doing the people who are next on queue. Probably next stream, but I just wanted a bit of a break. Draw something else, you know? Canada's often snowy, kind of feels dreamcore. I mean, when it like first snows or it's in the middle of snowing and everything's white and it's very pretty, it's great. But then like an hour after it snows, everything is just slush and it mixes with the dirt, so it's all brown. So it's honestly, it's not that pretty. It's just a bunch of like half dirt, half snow sludge. And it causes your car to slide around, so it's very hard to drive. It's not that great. Now, if I finish this in the normal 3 hours, which I probably will, I might start working on another request. But that is for later in the stream. Prettiness comes with a price, exactly. Oh, I should mention, I guess I can make this official. I made a Discord. So any of you can go join. It's listed in the About section of my page. And you can just go hang out there. You can sign up for stream notifications. I'm there quite often, so if you ever want to talk to me, you can. You can also share art if you're an artist yourself. We already have a few people over there. So that'll be a good time. This will also be how I keep track of requests, and we'll probably have people sign up for it so that I can keep track of what's happening a little better. Otherwise, there are too many coming in and I do not know what's happening. So that'll make it a bit easier once I start accepting new requests again. Now, I used to do quite a lot of line weight in my line art back when I did line art frequently. Nowadays, I do quite thin line art without much weight difference to it. A lot of it's to save time because I used to spend hours on line art for one art piece. It took forever trying to add differing line weight to everything. I did it very manually without much use of pen pressure. Which I wouldn't recommend. Actually, let's do it like that instead. Okay. Yes, the design is very pretty. I was excited to work on it. I'll bring it up just for a moment. I love the colors. I love all the extra little details, like the shape of the tail, the hair. All very nice. Very fun to draw. Sketching was great. Usually I find sketching a little stressful. Honestly, this one was pretty relaxing. It was also the first time I've drawn off stream since I started streaming, at least sketching. So it was very nice just laying on my couch instead of at the desk. I did miss it. I like being a little lazy. I got it a bit. Now this is a bit of an experimental stream just to see who actually shows up when I'm not doing requests. I definitely predict less people throughout because that's just to be expected. That being said, I still want to work on something different than art requests. You know, nice to change it up a little bit. I will 100% get burnt out if I don't. Oh, that's the year, I see. Sometimes I lose track of what I'm even drawing over when I zoom in like this. There we go. Hope you guys like the little PNG tuber I made. It's just the same character as the one on my profile picture and my returning student screen. It's a character I designed about a year ago now. As it's like to be a Sona, but it hasn't gotten much action until now. I finally have a reason to use it. But I think her design works well for this. For streaming purposes, I mean. Good, relatively simple design. She's not very difficult to draw over and over again. Also purposely designed her to have very easy to draw shapes like in her clothing. Purposely made to be in my comfort zone. Usually I'd want to challenge myself a little bit with character designs, but since I'll be presumably drawing her over and over again, as well as other people, I wanted to make sure she wasn't too difficult and there wasn't anything too crazy going on. Besides, sometimes those make the best character designs, to not make it too complicated. Exactly. I mean, even if you look at some of the most like famous designs for characters, there's usually like overall quite simple with a few really distinct elements that make it stand out from other characters, but those elements aren't complicated or anything. They're just unique. Hello. Welcome back. Currently drawing an art trade. Adding lore that she is aware of all streams. I'm not sure what that means, I'll be honest. I think I missed something. Yeah, this is a very pretty pony character. That's what we're working on today. I'm thinking of also doing some animal studies, because I haven't done those in a while, like painted realism animal studies. And I'll probably take pet requests for that, so people can get their pets drawn. Because I think that'll be fun. I have no reason not to, frankly. Give some love to all the pets out there. Does younger sister count as a pet? You know what? Probably not. I would presume not. Plus, I'll be so real. Drawing real people in a way that actually resembles them is shockingly difficult. If you've never tried before, it's a good exercise, but it is very hard. Drawing people in general is easy. Drawing specific real people is very hard. Depends on age. I wouldn't say that. She does act like an animal sometimes. Once they snap into consciousness around 5 or 6. I think they're conscious way before that. It's like a full-on child by then. I mean, even toddlers are definitely thinking. Like 3? I mean, honestly, I think there's arguments for like 1 years old. Get a lot of development at that age. I don't have memories from like 4 or 5. That doesn't mean you weren't like thinking. It's just too far back. I mean, I don't know if I have memories from that time. I think I do. But I can't exactly pinpoint what memories are from what time. I have one distinct memory from when I was 2. How do you even know that you were 2 during this memory? I can never know. I can never figure out what time anything is from. I'm tempted when I finish the line art to go through and add more line weight. But it takes so much time. But when I look at it just with the thin liner, it doesn't look quite as nice. I mean, it looks fine, but I like when there's a bit of difference. I don't remember my younger brother except flashes and glimpses. I threw up on my favorite tiger-shaped carpet and never seen it again. The trauma. I'm so sorry. What a way to lose it. That's a tragedy, really. I do remember a lot of my mom crying. I don't know the context for that, but I can't imagine it's positive. Having your first ever memory being throwing up. I'll be honest, one of my earliest memories was doing that too, because I did on the way to, it was either kindergarten or preschool graduation, I'm not sure. And I had to miss it because we had to drive back home. I think I got motion sick. But I was very little. I used to get motion sickness, but we've been on so many long road trips because my grandparents live 2 days away of driving, so I had to learn how to deal with that. Had to get used to driving long distances after a while. And I did, luckily. Would have been miserable otherwise if I never learned. Oh gosh, really? I'm so sorry to hear that. I mean, yeah, I imagine heart defects are dangerous. This kind of sounds awful within the context of what I just read, but my brother is visiting from college, or not college, university. He is in a different city. I don't get to see him too often, but he's coming over for the weekend, so it'll be very nice. I feel like you kind of just sync with reality around 4 or 5. I mean, yeah, honestly, I can see that. That's kind of when you start to comprehend, like, other people, I'd say. Start gaining empathy a little bit. Starts to click with you that other people have feelings, you know. It's a bit hard to understand that other people also have minds and emotions, and you need to keep that in mind when you're interacting with them. That's why little kids can be so cruel. They like straight up don't comprehend. I mean, honestly, you say the worst things as a little kid. Sure, you guys have heard horror stories from your parents about what you've said to other people that you really shouldn't have, that are probably just insults. But even if you didn't do that as a child on your own, you've definitely seen other children do it. They have no subtlety. Oh gosh, that's awful. Oh no. Oh, that's what I mean. His mom was so apologetic, I'm sure. When he's older, I'm sure he'll feel really bad. But yeah, when they're young, they really don't know. Oh, that's terrible. I mean, I look 35 when I'm only 25. Hey, I got the exact opposite issue. I look very young for my age. Trust me, it is also very frustrating. I'm hoping I continue to look young in when I'm like an older adult and it's actually a benefit. But as of right now, at this age, it is mostly just annoying. Being bold and straightforward is definitely something that can be problematic at times. I mean, though, it's also a personality trait. True. But at least, like, even if you're like that as an adult, you kind of understand, like, a little bit about what you're allowed to say and not say. It's Gen Z rapid aging. Bars don't even card me anymore. I don't know, like, at what age I will look old enough to drink. I mean, if I remember correctly, I don't really drink. I believe in Canada, the drinking age is 19. I mean, I'd like to think that I at least look 19, but honestly, I don't even know if that's true. Doesn't have... Okay, good. People always think my sister is the older one for some reason. Like, no, she's just a baby. I'm an adult. Yeah, no, I get that. When I was growing up and I'd hang out with my younger brother a lot, who is 3 years younger than me, it was, like, I remember especially one time we were at the park and some older guy asked my brother if he was taking his younger sister to the park. And I'm like, man. Especially, like, when we were that young, there should have been a pretty big, like, visual age difference. Yeah, 18, 19, depending on the province. Yeah, I thought so. Oh, my sister's always 3 years younger. That is typically how that works. They don't exactly stop being 3 years younger. Also, that makes more sense. I was gonna say. No, I know what you're saying now. I do like the idea that always being 3 years younger is some kind of trait. My keyboard has betrayed me again. I feel that. Happens to the best of us. Are you a fan of Life is Strange? They're making a new one. I'll be so real with you. I do not like Life is Strange. I find the main love interest to be unbearable. Or one of the main love interests, but I don't like remember what the guy is like and no one else seems to. I think her name's Chloe. Yeah, I can't stand her. Oh, yeah, thank you, Red Velvet. It's okay if you can't stay. Thank you for stopping by. But yeah, I didn't play the game myself. I watched a stream of it, and I could not stand Chloe. All good if other people like her, but she is not for me. I like listening to Miitopia OST for drawing. Made a Blue Jay OC based on her, really? I don't know, honestly, I could be remembering wrong too. I watched a playthrough of the game. Oh, how long ago now? Like 4 years ago, maybe? 3 or 4 years ago, I think. It's gonna be one of the most embarrassing moments that's gonna pop up in my head randomly at 3 a.m. when I'm trying to sleep. Yeah. I have a few of those. I mean, which one? There are 5 games. There's 3. No, sorry, 3. There's 5 Life is Strange games, really? I don't know. It was like, there was time travel, kind of. Like, you could rewind time. I remember that much. I mean, I can't really get into much else without spoilers. Yeah, I think it's the first one. I didn't know they made more. I mean, I knew that a company made other games in like a series related to Life is Strange, but I didn't know they were all called Life is Strange, if that makes sense. I thought they were still like kind of separate games. Because there was another one where I think a girl could like see emotion as colors. I think that's another one that was made. I don't know. I wish I remembered these better, but as I said, it's been a few years. I do not remember. Okay, we got the back wing to do now, which is in fact just a copy-pasted version of the front wing in classic artist laziness. There's Before the Storm, Life is Strange 1 and 2, True Color, Double Exposure, and upcoming Reunion. Good gosh, that is a lot of games. To be fair, I don't watch gaming streams the same way I used to, so I'm not quite as up to date on all the games. I'm assuming the one about the colors that I watched is the True Colors one. That one was new when I watched it on stream. Also, Life is Strange 1 and remasters and Life is Strange 2 remaster. Is this clipping around a lot? Yeah. Let's get this not lagging anymore. Kind of just everywhere. It's a profitable franchise. Yeah, I know it's popular. Come on, screen mirroring. I believe in you. By the way, my boyfriend should be here tomorrow evening, but still. And there's a chance he'll be able to fix whatever's wrong with the capture card, so this will be far less scuffed. At least, good gosh, I hope. The way I have been doing this is so silly, and I would love it to work better. I can only keep this going for so long. Boyfriend reveal when? I mean, you can talk to him in the Discord, but I don't know if I can I don't know if I can post photos of him. That's up to him. I mean, he'd probably be okay with it, but I have to ask. Just want one extra thick line right here. Okay. And the last little bit to line is the tail. You'd also enjoy meeting him? Mm-hmm. Okay, if you ever like want to just talk to him, he is in the Discord, so you can talk to him there. His username is Blizzard. In terms of like photos or him ever being on stream, I don't know. That is up to him. I'd have to ask. I'm not gonna make him do anything like that. Although he used to stream a few years ago in his own time. So I mean, presumably he's fine with being on stream, but he doesn't do it anymore. Okay, this is just a long line and it's gonna be annoying to keep this looking correct. Try and get this in. Not too many tries. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Have it curve like that. There we go. There we go. I've started learning a new, I guess you'd call it program, but it's hardly a program, called Figma, which is for like web and app design. And I'm used to using Adobe XD. That is my much preferred program. I love Adobe XD. Alas, Adobe has stopped support to it, which means I have to quit using it because if it ever breaks down, which it's already started doing on my computer, it's never going to be fixed. So I got to move to the new program, which is Figma. That's what all my classmates use. That is now what I'm going to use. That being said, I hate it. I'm not reading that. I'm not falling for that. But yeah, it doesn't have columns, which is really important for web design for keeping everything lined up. It has no grid system or ruler system. I mean, I'm sure it's in there. The few hours I've been using it, I haven't found them. So, but yeah, for my final portfolio, we've been tasked with remaking some of our old projects from past years and improving them. And I have this old website design I didn't know how to do web design at the time. It is awful. It is so bad. So I'm just basically gutting the thing and completely remaking it. Because the brand and the concept is very fun. So I'd love to do it justice. But I don't know what I was on with the first design, but it is terrible. It is so bad. No one would ever go on that website. That's a lie. I've seen worse websites, but I've seen some garbage websites that have been released into the world somehow. But I think it's companies not wanting to hire graphic designers and just making websites themselves, which as a graphic designer I would not recommend, because sometimes you can really tell that you just used a template or didn't even bother with that. Okay. And I think that is it lined. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, that works. That's good. Good enough for my standard of line art, which isn't that high. Now, sadly, outlining it for the base color when there's proper line art is awful, because you actually have to stay in the lines, unlike usual, where you can you can bullshit it a little bit. But I have to make it look nice. But oh, what size canvas do you usually use? I use 5,000 by 5,000 as my starting canvas, and then the canvas either gets slightly smaller or slightly bigger through cropping, but I always start with that size. But no, I was gonna say I've gotten out of part of my final project, my capstone project, which is like, it's the project that ends your like the subject that you're learning, or your major, whatever. And part of it was we had to conduct interviews with people for research, and through a variety of things that are not my fault, I have gotten out of it. I no longer have to do that, which like isn't great in terms of experience, but in terms of my cowardly little socially awkward self, I don't have to do interviews anymore, so I'm not about to complain. You know, like it could be a lot worse. There we go. And also, mild good news, I had McDonald's for lunch today. Not at all healthy, but it does taste good, and my mom paid for it, so it was free. The best kind of food. I've been putting out placement applications. So like basically for college, going out and working for a month with companies, it's free. It's not like internships where you get paid. These are for free, but whatever, it's experience. You can put it on a resume, so it's not bad. But I've been putting out applications for it, or just basically emailing companies like, would you be interested? And I've gotten 3 interviews so far, so that's pretty good. It's been like about a day, I believe. So getting 3 interviews already is nothing to laugh at. And I have one of them tomorrow at 2 p.m. which is nerve-wracking, but hopefully goes okay. I luckily already have a portfolio website done. It's been up for a good like year or 2 at this point, so I can refer to that. I know a lot of my classmates don't have a finished portfolio, but because I went into being a part-time student, I thought it would be worth trying to get graphic design jobs, so I actually had to put together a portfolio before graduating. But I really like this one class we have, which is the portfolio class. And as I said, our first assignment is to take 1 to 4 projects, depending on how much like work we want to put into them. It has to equal up to 30 hours. Anyways, projects that we like or hate and edit them, which is a really good opportunity because I can take projects that I really like that have like small tweaks I want to make, and I have the opportunity now to do so. Plus the website I was talking about earlier where the original project just turned out terrible and I can completely redo it. And that's going to take up most of the 30 hours. And then I have 2 projects that I already quite like that I'm just going to be doing small tweaks to. And those take up like a third of, it's like, I guess 10 hours overall. What an odd ponytail. Have you not seen these types before? This is like a, like, a lot of unicorn characters are drawn with tails like this. It's a more traditional unicorn tail. I'd be surprised if you haven't seen one before. Also, welcome back, Moonburst. Exactly, yeah. They exist. A lot of older unicorn art has it. Whenever I draw unicorns, I personally draw the tails very similar to this. I think it's really fun. It's a really fun design, little design quirk. Separates them a bit more from regular horses, you know? Makes them look a bit more fantastical. They're very pretty too. Very, very thin and elegant, like a unicorn should be. You want to be them. Sadly, I don't think that's possible. If only it worked that way. By the way, I think after this stream, I cover most of the requirements for getting affiliate. The only thing I have to do is stream 7 streams overall, and this is I think technically my 5th, but officially my 4th. But the technical part's what matters in this case. Have you not seen My Pretty Pony? I'm not sure if I have. That's a good question. I don't know. I have been seeing so many characters recently. I cannot remember what I have seen, what I have not seen. Cannot keep track of all that, sadly. But yeah, if you ever want to send that to me, go ahead. If anyone wants to send characters to me, then yeah, you should send it to me. DMs work. If you want to post it in the Discord, not to plug, but also yes to plug, and other people can look at it. There is an art section there, so you can also post it there to share your OCs. I imagine by how, like, the nature of how I've been growing this account, a lot of people here have OCs. I'm not in the Discord. If you want to be, there is a link in my about section. It's linked at the socials part of whatever device you're using to look at Twitch. The invite should be working and anyone should be able to join. But it's just so I can keep track of everything, especially request wise. And because I know Twitch notifications don't work very well, if anyone actually wants working notifications, they can pick the tag for that and notifications will be sent out to them in a more reliable way. I swear, this is, like, always the most infuriating part of drawing. Oh, were you? Oh yeah, you mentioned you wanted to change your username, right? I believe that was you. Did you go ahead and do that? I would assume so. Finally changed my name after delaying it for like a year. Always good. New names are fun. When I switch my username, which I do every like 5 years roughly, I make a test account on something and just try out the name because there is a certain level of like feeling connected to your username, and then you got to figure out what like nicknames people are going to give you and make sure you're okay with that. Everything your username is naturally going to be, you gotta figure that out before you truly commit. I'll circle back and re-grab it for D&D purposes. Okay. What am I kicking? Oh, it's my fairy lights. I have fairy lights under my desk because they plug into the, oh, what is it called? When you have, like, a bunch, like, you have, something basically to protect a bunch of different outlets. Anyways, my fairy lights are plugged into there, so they're under my desk and then come up and up over the wall. Be more an alt than a main focus, though. Okay. That makes sense. How much more of this do I have to do? Oh my gosh. I'm gonna lose it, guys. Every time I have to outline my art in this pink color, I think I'm one step closer to losing my marbles. See, I know some people will just actually like draw line art correctly so that they can just use the fill bucket tool. I don't want to do that. So instead I suffer like this instead. Even though I could just connect all my lines. Line art takes time for sure. I'm done the line art part. Now I'm just outlining the line art with this pink color for base colors. Line art does take a while though. I don't usually do it. But since this is an art trade, I figured I'd put more effort in than I usually would and actually do some proper line art and some slightly cleaner rendering. Felt nice to do. I don't do that many art trades. I find them difficult to find. People are more than ready to offer up requests. Of course they are. It's just free art. There's no effort on their end. But it's a bit harder to find people who are willing to do art trades. Pretty sure you have seen my pony though. I honestly, there's a good chance I have. I do not remember at the moment. But I will check again later and make sure that I have. If you've sent it, like if it's already been sent to me in DMs, I definitely have seen it, even if I don't remember. I swear I care. I have seen so many OCs recently. They are starting to become mush in my brain. It's what happens when you get hundreds of people commenting their characters and you have to look through them all. Okay, we're finally done the tail. That took far too long. Just have it labeled under the name of the email who sent it rather than your Twitch name. I might know what you mean. What is this? What am I? Oh, it's part of the leg. Okay. Oh, yes, that is my actual email. Yeah, I mean, thank you for not making that public. My real name is public though. You can find it very easily. I don't know, I will dare do a free request ever if I had spent enough time on art. I don't know. If you're saying like, I feel stressful to do requests, you mean? I don't know, like honestly, requests aren't at all stressful. There's no pressure behind it. 'Cause it's completely free. No matter how it turns out, people cannot complain because they didn't put any work in. It's all on you, other than them commenting. So as long as you don't do like, I don't know, something friggin' immoral with their character, you're fine. Requests are very easy to do, like, as in there's no pressure and people are going to be delighted no matter what you do. Still, I do take privacy seriously. I'm not posting people's real names, emails. That's not cool. Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. I wouldn't either. I'm just saying, like, for me at least, my email and my name are already public. You can, if anyone wants to go find it, they can. The one you made is actually my desktop background right now. Really? Oh, that's so sweet. That's great to hear. I'm glad you like it that much. Your OC avatar kind of reminds me of Kalish from Star Wars? Give me a second. I'm going to look up who that is. I don't know what they look like. Oh, because of the, like, skull-like mask? I see what you mean. Yeah. I mean, I've seen plenty of characters have skull masks. They're very fun. Gives Plague Doctor vibes. Yes, it does. That wasn't like my original intention, but I'm not complaining. That is cool. Kind of a bit of a spooky look to it, which is kind of fun. Yours looks very barn owl. I love that. I love owls. They're one of my favorite animals. So that's perfect. If we're getting into technicalities, even though you really can't tell, it is a peregrine skull, which is the type of bird that the spaceship from the book I'm writing is named after. That's the lore behind that. That book will probably never be public, and if it is, it needs to be rewritten. I started it in high school, and I never actually finished it, but I got a good ways in. There are a good like 100 pages, basically. But it was a passion project for myself, not to ever be published. Like, even going into it, I knew it could never be published, just the way it was formatted. But I have another book idea I'd want to write at some point and potentially publish if it's like at all decent. But I have to find the time to do that. As well as people who'd be willing to read it and edit it. But that's for another time. That's a goal for another day. I missed writing books. It's been a couple years since I really like dedicated a significant amount of time to writing. And it is good fun. Highly recommend. Gets you extremely attached to your characters, by the way. If you ever have trouble connecting with your designs, write about them. It makes you care about them so much more. It makes them feel more real. But yeah, you can see in my toy house, I have one of the characters listed from the book. Her name's Myelka, which is the character my username is named after. But yeah, as I've said before, I'm probably gonna break out some of my own characters and draw them on stream and just talk about them for a while. Because hey, if there's people willing to listen, I'm willing to talk about them. I have so much information packed in my brain about those things. I gotta get them out one year. That's so true. I mean, you put so much effort into writing about their lore and such. You don't want to just keep that inside. You want to share it with everyone. It's such a labor of love. It's hard to not tell anyone about it. I mean, I talk all the time. I don't know how to shut up. So streaming's great for me because I can just keep going, talking to myself with little feedback. So I would gladly talk about my own characters. I had someone tell me recently they want to roleplay, so I asked them about their character, their interests, where they're from, etc. Well, especially if you're gonna RP, you're gonna need to know all that. Oh, that's so sad. No, I mean, you can figure some of that stuff out while you're writing, but having like a good chunk of it figured out beforehand is definitely important, especially so that the other person has context. Yeah. They couldn't tell me anything about their own character though. That's so sad. I'm assuming it was like just a design they liked. Which is fine, but not for that context. Like my Sona, the one you see on screen, she doesn't have any backstory or any information about her. I couldn't even tell you if the mask is actually a mask or her face. I don't know that. It's a mystery to me. So, like, sometimes designs just exist to be designs, but for writing purposes, sometimes you need to actually flesh them out a bit more. I mean, I guess her backstory is just my backstory. Yeah, exactly, exactly. You need something to work with there. A little bit of backstory, a little bit of predetermined personality. Otherwise, you're probably just acting as yourself, and you don't wanna do that. We're nearing the end of this stage. Oh my gosh, thank goodness. Get me out of here. Please, I just wanna do the fun flat colors, please. And even better, the shading. Set me free. Set me free from this hell. There are too many lines, and they are too thin. Okay. But yeah, I've done a little bit of written RP myself, and the amount of depth I went into with my characters is insane. They are very, very complex now. If you go long enough, that's just kind of what ends up happening. Oh, we're almost at the finish line. Okay. Did I do all that correctly? Oh my gosh, I did. It's a miracle. I am shocked. I did forget these little bits though. Let's get these real quick. I have a lot of detailed lore, all that, but finding good player with is hard. Yeah, it is. I had one really good person that I did it with in the past, but we have since stopped. But while it lasted, it was very fun. But I usually, I like, I guess, more mature stories, darker topics, all that. Mm-hmm. I mean, a little bit of humor mixed in too. That's always fun. But overall, a more serious tone. Also with like overarching goals and stuff for where the story is gonna go. That's always good. Okay. Now, for the more fun part, it's flat color time. It is quite complicated. Gorgeous character, but complicated. Okay. These slight gradients are probably the easiest place to start with. Oh, are we losing it again? I think so. Just one moment. I do wish the screen mirroring or the Discord screen sharing didn't start to lag after a little while, but it's easy enough to fix, I suppose. There we go. Oh, you know what? Actually, I did definitely forget those lines there. You know what? I cannot be bothered. I will just draw them in. I don't need to do the line art for it. There we go. Okay, how far does that go? Okay, about like here. By the way, I was saying I was gonna play that one game on stream. I tried playing it for like 20 minutes and immediately started getting horribly motion sick. I forgot I cannot play first-person 3D games. I used to be able to when I was younger, but now I just get really motion sick from them, and it's really pathetic. It's really sad. So we'll stick to drawing for now until I find a good game that isn't 3D first person. But I found out in the middle of playing Slime Rancher that I could no longer play it because I would just get motion sick. It was very sad. Okay, we got some white feathers here. By the way, none of you will care, but I'm having potato leek soup for dinner tonight. And that is one of my favorite meals, and I'm very excited, and I don't get to have it too often. But oh my gosh, it is so good. And we often have it with homemade bread. And oh, man. And then the day after that, we're probably having goulash, which is my all-time favorite meal. Overall, the lineup for dinner is looking pretty sweet. No complaints. Sometimes I have water and sadness for dinner. Well, hopefully not often. Hopefully you have something a little better than that most days. That can't be good sustenance. Most days, water is dinner once a week or so. Ah, I see. Go. Then we can add the white, which would be, it's a bit less defined on the back wing, but that's fine. About there. And then the rest of the feathers are very pretty dark gradient that I very much like. Oh. I thought I switched to airbrush. I, in fact, switched to calligraphy, which is not gonna help me there. I just realized how complicated the main is. That's gonna be interesting to color in. And shade. Oh, good gosh. Look at all that. It's gorgeous, but it's complicated. Okay, and then there's little gray spots. Where were those? Here. Is that gonna... Oh, it's here. And the white ones don't have them, but there is white on the darkest parts of the wings. Kind of look like little stars. How beautiful. How pleasant. There we go. Now, there are also these gray spots on the shoulder and backside and tail. So like here and here, and then you can't see that area, so I don't need to worry about that. Missed a bit of color there. There we go. Then there is white on the front hooves, which, by the way, the hooves are fluffy, for those of you who haven't noticed. I absolutely love that design trait in pony characters. Very fun. They are absolutely gorgeous. There we go. And then this like dark gray color. Actually, let's continue the white because I realized there's white on the chest and stomach. So let's get that done first. Like that. And then it's... Okay, it's kind of... Oh, there's a hair on my screen. There we go. Kind of just comes straight down like that. Onto the stomach. Like so. Is that right? Yeah. Oh, geez. Big stretch. My back hurts. This chair isn't the best. I've seen better chairs in my life. Now, let's do the darker gray color. Back, my cat wanted rubs. Oh, well, you gotta tend to your cat. That's very important. They are oh so needy, but they deserve it. They deserve all the affection. In my humble opinion. True, exactly, yeah. You gotta take care of the things. Make sure they're happy. Okay. Now it's much more subtle. Up here. So let's just, it's a bit of a fade. I did not do that right. Oh gosh. There we go. Thank you, thank you. I like how you wrote that. I'm not even crumptious, as in like scrumptious, but with crumbs. Very beautiful. Thank you. I think this is by courtesy of the character design, though. Less so my fault. The original character is just gorgeous. Even if she is very complicated, it is worth it. But I think it may be time to tackle the hair, which is scary. But it must be done. I realize I could have done an actual background for this, but it's a little late for that now. Can't really add the background when you're this far into the character. It's gonna look very strange. We'll go with a classic solid, or I guess gradient background. Maybe I'll add some stars for some extra pizzazz, who knows. Whatever I'm feeling at the end. Okay, is that gonna, yeah, we can just have that tuck in behind. Through the beauty of layers. Anyone else love layers? For sure every single digital artist does. I try to somewhat limit like my layers. Like once I'm done all the flat colors, I'm gonna combine them all. I keep them separate at the beginning because sometimes I like to adjust individual colors, and it's very hard to do if they're all together on one layer. But once I'm done with the flat colors, I can just combine them together. Where is the line break? There it is. I invited the person who I am drawing this for onto stream, but I do not think they saw. As in to watch the stream, not to talk. But I think they're busy. Which is fine, of course. They don't need to be here. But they might want to watch the VOD. I love these like curved horns on pony characters like this. I personally like to headcanon that the more curved the horn is, the more powerful their magic is. So whenever I'm drawing various characters, that's how I determine how curved their horn is. Especially when I'm doing AU designs. For like when I do crossovers with different shows. There we go. Okay, mane is done at the very least, but we do still have the tail fur. Or hair, I guess. It's more hair than fur. How you guys liking the PNG tuber, by the way, that I whipped up? I could do like something complicated with a VTuber, but one, I don't want to figure out how to rig that because I know they're really complicated and it scares me. And then also, in all honesty, I'm not like the biggest fan of VTubers. I kind of prefer PNGs. I think the PNG tubers look better. A lot of characters just translate better into 2D. What am I doing wrong here? Did you disconnect? Okay, we're back. Thank you. I didn't know you were still here. Unless you just got back. I assumed you headed off to go watch some other people too. At work now, I see. What kind of job do you have, if you don't mind me asking? You can keep that private though, obviously, if need be. Programming? Oh, that's very fun. I could never be a programmer. It would go terribly. It'd go very, very badly. My brother is in some kind of like computer science programming type program at university. I'm not exactly sure what. I can never quite understand what he's doing. I know he wants to go into cybersecurity though. I am not nearly as good at computers. I got the more creative genes. And I could never be an artist, at least not the level of stuff I'd want to draw. I think anyone can be an artist. And I mean that completely unironically, believe it wholeheartedly. If you have the motivation at least to be an artist, you'll get there eventually. It does take time though. So I use my money to commission artists. That is also always good. I need to commission more artists. I keep meaning to and then not doing it, but I have characters I want art of and I need to commission more people. I have a few people in mind that I just need to finally get around to it. Oh yeah, if I had the motivation, but I don't when I can just pay an artist. Fair. I love the process, but I know not everyone does. No, not just anyone can cook. But yeah, honestly, like, I had no interest in drawing until grade 10. That's when I got into it. Before that, I drew very little beyond just, like, sometimes doodling on paper in school. I didn't, like, officially start drawing or anything. And then I got into Warrior Cats, and now I draw all the time. Warrior Cats is just originally what got me into it. I only drew cats for 3 years. I can't art at all, but I am a computer tech nerd. Again, that is like a whole other skill, and I completely respect it. I wish that I was, especially right now, because my friggin' capture card isn't working, and I don't know why. And I have done all the research I can to try and figure it out, and I still have no idea. And I wish I could understand better. Alas. I draw instead. I suppose that is my purpose in life, rather than understanding complex computer things. Which is fine. Drawing is very fun. Very fulfilling too. I love that I can, I mean, at this point, just kind of make whatever I feel like come into the world. Which is quite the power to have. But yeah, even though I know how to draw, I love commissioning artists too. I have some characters with over 100 pieces of art that aren't even drawn by me. They're drawn by other people. And it's mostly free stuff. Especially when I was on Amino, a lot of people did free art or stuff for Amino coins, which like was basically free art. Amino coins were so worthless. So I was able to get a ton of art of my old cat characters. And then I have some characters I've just drawn so much on my own, not even by other people. I care too much about them. Okay, is that all the black? No. It is definitely not. There's more. There we go. And then a good chunk of the bun is a black color. Usually I have to do a bit of color editing when it comes to characters, just so that they match my style a bit better. But the colors on this character are already so beautiful, I do not have to. It already suits what I'm going for. But it is pretty common practice for when you're drawing someone else's characters to change the color palette just a little bit. Just to match whatever you want it to look like. Or like, not whatever you want it to look like, but more so the style that you're going for. Like if you have a character with super bright colors, but you typically draw in a more pastel style, a lot of artists will just change the colors to be more pastel. I think that's kind of a skill you get a bit when you've been drawing a bit longer, is how to change the color palette of a character and draw it in a way where it still looks like the same character. Even though the colors are different now. Saturation 100%. My pieces are decently saturated. They're not as bright as some others that I've seen before. Some artists draw brighter than I do, that's for sure. But mine are still decently bright. I do enjoy me some color. Very fun. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna go for it with the stripes on the tail, because I doubt the pattern of the stripes is that important. I'm just thinking about the red and black alicorns. I don't remember who Nathan the alicorn is, but I do know what you mean by black and red alicorns. An absolute classic of a design. I don't know, like, if you want to design a black and red alicorn, like, go for it, who cares? Design whatever you want, you know? Draw all the sparkle dogs you want, it's not hurting anyone. Will the design look as good as it could be? Probably not, but I mean, as long as you like it, who cares? I mean, for the longest time, my main OC was a pink cat with spots and hot pink glasses. I like adding hot pink accents, hence the hot pink accents on my current character. It's kind of carried over from my old one. The old one's name was Summer. She's still on my toy house, you can still look at her. I draw her every once in a while. It's very rarely. She's since been retired. What is going on here? Is this line art? It is. Huh. Where were we? Here. Yep. Going for an hour and a half now. Okay. At the rate that I'm going, because this is a more complicated piece than what I usually do, it's just more cleaned up than I would usually do. I'll probably just do this one, and once it's done, I'll end stream. But I do want to get it done all in one go. I don't like working on art in more than one sitting. I'd rather just get it done. I used to spend weeks on a single piece, but sometimes I'd lose motivation and it would just never be done. Now I find it easier to just get it done all in one go. Okay. Now there are gradients here, and then gradients on the back of the hair like that, and then inside like that. And I think, oh, there's a little bit here too. Let's add a little bit more of the black in here. There we go. Oh, very pretty, very beautiful. What a magnificent creature that this is. Okay. There are still the hooves that are this. Oh, that's why. We're on alpha lock. What am I? Oh. Will this work? There we go. Okay, apparently we have to put this on the top layer. Which is fine. Hello? Welcome. Seems to be your first time here. Currently, I am working on a art trade with a user I met on Reddit of their gorgeous pony OC. But welcome. Thanks for dropping in. I'm just finishing up the flat colors, and then we're gonna move on to rendering. By the way, I will say, I'm 2 followers away from 50, which is needed for affiliate. Just throwing that out there. Just throwing that out there. Just in case. I use up all my layers. Oh my gosh. Your art is very cool. I love the style. It's very unique. Thank you. Very sweet. I'm glad you like it. Then there's these little shines. 50 followers. Yes. I'm currently at 48. I believe. Unless I am completely wrong. Yep, 48. Okay, forgot about the ears. Add in the ear colors, which are also a bit of a gradient, surprisingly. No longer needed for affiliate BTW. You'll unlock it after this stream. But VIP badges unlock it at 50. Okay, so what do I need for affiliate now? Because I thought 50 followers were needed. 4th stream, isn't it, too? Pretty impressive to get affiliate so soon. This is, yeah, this is my 4th stream, officially, but technically my 5th stream. But I don't count it because it lasted like half an hour and was just a test stream. But, yeah, this is my 4th stream. It's been very fun. Very good experience so far. 25 followers and 4 streams, over 3 views. Oh, really? Only 25? Oh. Okay, then yeah, well, do you still need, instead of keeping an average of 3 for 7 streams, do I still need to stream for 7 streams overall? Because I think that might be the case. If that is, I will not quite qualify yet. But I don't know. Is this even a gradient on the ears, or am I tripping? I swear this is darker. Like, what am I? Was I just coloring nothing this whole time? I think I might have been. Not 4 streams, still 8 hours total though. Ooh, have I done? Yeah, I've done 8 hours total. Yeah. Cause my my other 3 streams lasted 3 hours each. So, I guess I will then. Look at that. Wow. That's exciting. I thought I had a little bit further to go. Either way, my goal right now is still to get to 50. 50 is just a solid number. It's just a good number to have. Okay, now, oh, there's markings on the face. I completely forgot about the face. The flats for this one are just, they're just taking a while here. My goodness. You know, there's a number not too far off 50 that's much better. I'm not, no. No, no. 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 Guys, please. Guys, we're better than this. We're better than this. I don't even know what the joke is. I don't understand. I don't know if I'm finally too old to not automatically understand memes. Please speed, I need this. Good gosh. Okay, I think everything is done except for the eyes. I think I just need to do the eyes now. Which, like, finally, get me out of flat colors, please. I'm ready to be done. I'm ready to be done flat colors now. As far as I can tell, it's a heavily forced meme, and the joke at this point, annoying people who don't like it. Ah, fair enough. What does this... It's like, what does that even mean? What? What? She's so majestic. I agree. Majestic horse. Usually I wouldn't let this music play because I don't like lyrics, but it kind of fits this drawing, so I'm gonna let it happen. Okay. And then... the eyes are this color. It's just brain mush humor. I was sarcastic about it because it's so stupid. To be fair, when I was younger, I had the exact same brain mush humor. Like, you know, back in the day, we had 21, which had slightly more context, but not by not by much. It was arguably just as silly, and I was saying it all the time. When I was younger, we had 69. Context is that it's funny and no one knows why. MLG edits Big Chungus and goes on. Yeah, exactly. We had the exact same nonsense that younger people do now. We weren't really better. I'd love to think that we're better, but not really. Not really. We were just as stupid. I mean, heck, all the nonsense that was Among Us, I think, like, only just now went out of style. Although I saw, yeah, no, I saw an Among Us meme recently. They're still going somehow. Okay, did I finally get all the flats done? Am I missing any details? Actually, the horn might be, yeah, the horn's a lighter color. Okay, horn, and then I think I might be done the flats. I am so close. Please, please let me be free. That's another one. At a point, you have to embrace the stupid to try and avoid depression. Yeah, true. I'd rather be saying stupid nonsense than depressed. It could be worse. You know what? I don't think... Oh, it is actually. Never mind. Okay, the inside of the ear is also colored like this. I don't know how. I think people who design characters like this have no intention of ever drawing them again. Like, especially like adoptable type characters. They're absolutely gorgeous, but having to draw them more than one time would be infuriating. Like, this is the last time I'm gonna draw this character. And as absolutely gorgeous as she is, I do not want to draw her again. Takes far too long. Okay, what about this is not connecting? Huh? There we go. But yeah, I wish adoptable artists would think of the other artists that'll eventually be commissioned and requested to draw these characters. What are your thoughts on my pony with cool goggles? Very cool with the cool goggles. No, the design was great. They were very fun to draw. But I like drawing ponies in general. I always have a good time. I enjoy the anatomy. I think they're very fun. Okay. Is that it? Am I done finally? I think so. I think that's all. Yay. Yay. Friendship is ponies. True. I mean, I can't imagine, unironically, the amount of people that were, that became friends over ponies. I feel like it'd be a lot of people. I mean, I was very little when originally into ponies, back when I was obsessed and like kind of in the fandom. But that was in grade 6, I think. That was so long ago. Now I just draw them for fun. They're still fun to draw even to this day. But I also just like drawing horses. Maybe the friends was the ponies we made along the way. True. True. Who needs friends when you have ponies? Guys, don't take that advice. You definitely need friends, even with ponies. They are not a substitute. Even though life would be easier if they were. You can pwn if you want to. You can leave your friends behind because your friends don't pwn. And if they don't pwn, well, they ain't no friends of mine. Good gosh. It's awful. Don't ditch your friends because they don't like My Little Pony. There are far better reasons that you could, or I guess worse reasons that you could lose friends over. That is not one of them. Yeah. Yeah. That's true. There we go. Ah. I don't know, some people can be a bit weird with the pony stuff. That's very true. Especially back in their heyday when they were very popular. There were some absolute weirdos. From what I can tell, Moonburst, you like ponies, but you are normal about it. Some people were, I don't know. Or at the very least, you do not push it on other people, and that's what matters. No, I'm not normal about it. I just know not to go full in at anyone who isn't into it. I can respect that. Okay. I've seen some weirdos that actually did a fanfic voice act thing on YouTube back when I was still younger. Huh. I mean, that in itself is not weird, but I'm assuming you were referring to something in particular. I don't know. I was like shockingly sheltered with some of the stuff going on in the fandom when I was little. I did not witness most of the things that could have scarred me. Yeah, it was something specific that was on my page, but like I don't remember the details. Fair. Oh, good gosh. Is that what it was? Oh, why would you? How do people have it in them to voice act something like that? Also, don't put that on YouTube, where there are children who are going to be looking at pony videos, much like me when I was younger. And I think, understandably, did not expect to come across anything like that. Luckily, I didn't. I'm very grateful. I was kept safe. I think I almost watched Cupcakes, but I caught on pretty quickly that it was about to... It was just giving me uncomfortable vibes. So I got out of there. Did not have to watch the whole thing. I seen it. I can't look at MLP the same. I don't blame you. I'm just resetting the feed again. Bear with me. I don't think you're meant to share your screen for this long on Discord. So, my opinion is, like, first of all, YouTube Kids isn't exactly safe for kids. Like, let's be real, a lot of freak stuff gets on YouTube Kids. And personally, I would not trust my kids to just wander on it. Secondly, like, My Little Pony isn't an adult show. You know what I mean? Like, I think not expecting kids to look at adult things is perfectly reasonable, but My Little Pony isn't an adult thing. It makes complete sense that kids will come across it thinking that because My Little Pony's for kids, that they'll be safe to watch it. And I think adults have a certain responsibility to make sure kids are protected and aren't seeing stuff that they shouldn't be seeing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like, YouTube Kids isn't safe. Now, granted, like, if I ever have kids, I'm gonna be very careful with what they look at on the internet, and it's gonna be heavily moderated until they're older. But, yeah, it needs to be monitored, exactly. But, like, I think stuff like My Little Pony should be a general safe space, and like other little kid shows. As much as older people do like it, which is perfectly fine. Don't take that away from kids. It is originally theirs. And we gotta respect that. As an ex little kid who loved My Little Pony, I just wanted to see silly pony things. Not some of the absolute nonsense I accidentally came across instead. Lately, my MLP PTSD came back last summer as infection AUs were peaking. I'll be honest, I loved the MLP infection AUs. I thought that was really fun. As long as they're kept on, like, TikTok and stuff where there are adults, and I don't think kids should be whatsoever. And they're properly labeled so that kids don't come across them. I think it's very fun. I really enjoyed looking at them all. I love that everyone did it slightly differently and came up with fun different versions. I drew my own MLP infection AUs. I never got through all the characters. I only did 2 of them, but let me know if you ever wanna see them. Anyone who enjoyed that trend. I binged them because I loved them, but then eventually actually binged so bad that I actually couldn't eat my food. Oh no! They didn't freak me out too bad. I just loved the different designs. I thought it was great. The problem is that some people in fandoms just get way overbearing. Like, if you want to have your weird fandom circle where you find out what Vaporeons are for, sure. But that should generally be kept in its own dark corner, away from ones less hyper into it. Yeah, I agree, yeah. Yeah, true. Very, very true. I've been a part of fandom for years now. I'm fully aware of the culture and how people can act, and sometimes it's like, guys, we don't want to, not all of us want to see that stuff. Keep it to yourselves. Internet monitoring is very bad. Yeah, it is. You can get away with posting a lot of things that you should not be posting. Okay. The internet is falling apart anyways. Yeah. Yeah, it is. So you start like counting the AI and stuff and how much AI garbage is online. You can't even tell what's real or not anymore, which is infuriating. And then like the whole like dead internet theory, which I remember correctly is the theory that it's all just bots, but I could be remembering wrong. There is a theory called a dead internet theory, and there is a theory about the internet being taken over by bots where they're all just interacting with each other, but I'm not sure if they're actually the same thing. mean, like, overall, I still love the internet. I think it was a good thing for bringing people together. I love that I can talk to people from different countries and such. I think that's so fun. I love learning firsthand about different places in the world from people. There's some very bad things that have come around from it. I think what we all like to deny, but is probably true. Mental health has been made worse by the internet, by technology, and that's not great. As much pros as there's cons. Exactly. So, like, I wouldn't want to get rid of the internet. I think there's so many good things that came from it, I think, that are important, but good gosh, there are some awful things. AI garbage, video games, going online only, stream only, and it's super hard to tell what videos are even real anymore. Exactly, yeah. That's the internet. You can find an infinite amount of stuff here, but that means you can find anything. And that is not a good thing. TBH, I love the idea of AI, but it's done so poorly and in such bulk that it just drowns out everything else. Yeah. Like, there's some things about AI that are positive. Like, I think idea generation is good. Just to give you ideas of, like, what to work on and such. Not image idea generation, just ideas. I think that's pretty good. And some information gathering, if you're very careful with it, can be very useful. But the problem is, like, environmentally, it's terrible. So even for the things that aren't, like, morally wrong, it still ends up being bad. Yeah, I have no social media. Deleted Instagram and Facebook years ago. Think it's great when you're using media wisely. I've had to delete some social media when it became too much for me and take, like, multiple year-long breaks before I can get back on it once I'm ready again to take it on. If it wasn't relying on the stolen content of millions of people, it'd be a fun toy. Yeah, exactly. But, like, in theory, it's fun, but yeah, the way they've gone about it is so bad. Also, people are like, the people who love AI, I swear, are like all awful people. I've never met a good person who supports AI. I mean, you can't even take down the internet hypothetically. We're so dependent on that it becomes, well, a problem if we don't have it, which maybe milk down an internet maintained servers like that one day server crash. Yeah, so yeah, I agree. We can't really take down the internet at this point. Like, we're so connected to other people across the world on it. Even just that. I mean, there's a bunch of other things, but even just that alone would be kind of awful to lose. Like, it also makes people stupid and breaks things. The amount of people who I see who ask ChatGPT how to fix something on their computer, which is wrong and makes things worse. TBH, for environmental impact, that's just a matter of using sustainable power like every other data center running the internet. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, there's not really, like, it's hard to find sustainable power. There's not really many options that are actually good, and even the ones that are good aren't that good and still have their problems. I'm waiting for when we finally figure out the energy problem, and we can have sustainable ways of generating power. But it is, it's looking not great, but I hope we figure it out. We've gotten through plenty of disasters. We can get through this one. AI is the future, unfortunately. Yeah, probably. There's too many big business people who are behind it for it to go away. They have a lot of power. As other social medias fall apart, Twitch stays very human. You know what? You're not even wrong. That's true. That's very true. I see AI very rarely on Twitch. You can't really fake art on Twitch, you know? It is all actively being recorded. Direct proof that this is real art. It's very nice to watch real artists do real artist things. Love how quirky Twitch is. I'm still baffled at Tumblr's downfall. Yeah, I agree about Twitch though. I've loved being here. The little bit of time that I've spent streaming has been great. I've met very, very nice people. Far nicer than a lot of other social medias that I've been active on. I also never had so many people like automatically be so receptive and supportive to what I'm working on. Usually it takes way longer for anyone to care about what I'm doing, but it happened very quickly here. Like, it's been like only a week, and I think like basically everyone here in chat right now are regulars, and the fact that I already have regulars blows my mind. Like, you guys keep coming back. Like, getting people to watch your stream, I think, is not easy, but easier than getting people to keep coming back to stream. But I have somehow done it. Okay, I can probably make this slightly darker. Yeah. There we go. And do I want to add a bit of shadow to some of these places? I'm thinking yes. Yeah, I like that. Now we add some red to some of the edges of this drawing for when it's a bit warmer, because it looks nice. Is this properly? Yeah, it is. One thing about AI is that it's often misused. Very true. I mean, like, even like I'm in college right now, and especially in elective courses, a lot of people use AI to do the writing for them, and it's not even well hidden that they're doing so. And it's like the papers that we had to write were like 1 page, which is nothing. It's barely anything. That'll only take you like an hour or two, and they still can't be bothered to actually write the thing. I don't know, there's a bit of dignity to be kept in actually writing your own stuff, making your own art, you know? I don't understand how people don't care. They just want to get things done quicker. But there's so much beauty in actually making things yourself and putting the effort in. You know, I feel like art's one of the few good things that we have left as a species. Beautifully said. I want AI to be used to detect bugs and shoot them with lasers to track heat patterns and build better CPUs. I don't want AI to make generic garbage art, tell me the wrong amount of letter R in the word strawberries. Exactly. There are far better things that AI could in theory be doing. And instead it's used for such stupid, useless things. Like, I'd be way more on board with AI, even if it used as much power as it does, if it was doing stuff that wasn't so utterly useless. Like, I agree with using AI for, like, medical advancements. Because if it saves people's lives, it's worth it. Even if I'm not big on AI, I think that's reasonable. But, like, AI art's like, you guys don't need art for anything. It's a luxury. There's no reason to be doing so much to the environment and hurting so many artists who put years of learning into this just so you can have some stupid little image. I need art to make Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Okay. Looking pretty good. Definitely liking this. I can code them into the game better than most anyone. I can make cards that change their art mid-game. But I can't make art for them to change too. Yeah. No, I get that. If you don't know how to draw yourself, art can be hard to get. Like, as much as artists like myself, love to give away free art, we only have so much time and can only make so much free art. And if you don't have an artist friend, it can be hard to get art if you don't know how to draw. I don't think that's an excuse to use AI to make art by any means, because that's just theft. But I understand the want to have art and have no means of getting it. I do have an artist friend, but like I don't want to just constantly beg them to make free stuff. That's not friendship. Yeah, you're not wrong. That's true. I mean, like, if the artist is offering to make art all the time for you, then, you know, that's fine. Go ahead with it. But yeah, I get not wanting to ask. And I mean, like, yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. It can feel a little manipulative, you know? Okay, now let's do this. Offering is one thing, but I think any artist who has people who were only friends to get free art from them, which is the sister to at this company, we're like a family. Yeah, I mean, can vouch. It is not great to be asked for free art all the time. On occasion, it is perfectly fine. Like, go ahead. But all the time, come on now. Don't do that. Art is supposed to be symbolic into giving part of your time, which is beautiful if you think about it, since humans are built on legacy and memory, so you can think of it as sharing part of yourself into others. Exactly. I think art is incredibly subjective, as in, what is art? Basically anything can be art. But I think the one, like, defining feature of art is that it represents the human experience in some way. And it can be something silly, like a silly little cat, but that is someone expressing their love for cats. And that is, even something silly like that is so much better than anything AI can do, because there's no experience behind it. Come on now, Discord. Discord, I believe in you. You can not lag for me, please. Please, Discord? Please? I know you can do it. I feel less weird about it if said artist friend were super into Yu-Gi-Oh! Too and could play with the art they made in the game. Yeah. Okay, we're back. No, I get what you're saying. Alas, art is not quick to make either. Even the quickest of artists still take a little bit to make what they're making. Still takes time. Unless you were making something incredibly simple, in which case you can do it in a few seconds or like few minutes. I mean, I'll do figure studies where I give myself 30 seconds to draw a figure, and they look atrocious. They look very, very bad. That being said, that's kind of the point of figure drawing. Like, they're not meant to look that good. Figure drawing is never going to look that good. I'll tell you, I had people request art code for stuff. And some of the things that people request is all sorts of stupid and absurd. One of them took 80 hours to figure out, and they offered to pay for it due to all the revisions, but they never did. Oh, that sucks. That's so sad. Yeah, you should pay for that amount of work. That's a crazy amount of work to do for free. Art is always satisfying in the end. Art ruins the effort. Exactly. The effort is like half the reason that art is so nice. You can look at it and know that a real person sat down and made that. Card code, not art code. Ah, I see. Honestly, I didn't even know that was a thing. I'm learning so much. Their thing had like if then and also but if unless. Like, my gosh, this card reads like a maze. Oh no. I can show you the card effect if you'd like to read it. Sure. Although, like, I'm not gonna understand any of it. I'm not gonna understand the context of why it's so absurd. I mean, maybe I will. I don't know. We can see. I mean, heck, I'll get requests from random people sometimes, and they'll just like list out a bunch of traits of a character rather than actually giving me the character design. And I'm like, you're asking me to do a character design now too. That's so much extra work. And sometimes I will just to be nice, but like, I don't think people understand how much more work it is to have to design the character, not just draw them. Like, it is not that easy to go off just a description. Guys, I beg, if you are requesting from an artist, please have a reference sheet already made. It saves us so much time. It is just a kindness. It's very appreciated. I sent it to your Reddit. Okay. Do you want me to read it out loud on stream, or would you rather me read it in my own time? Whichever. Okay. One moment then. I will pull it up. It's just like all sorts of blah. Oh gosh. Let's see. Okay. Oh, good gosh. Okay, I'm not gonna read all that because I don't even understand what it's saying, but I get what you mean. There's a lot going on there. That is a very complicated card. What in the world? It's like they had just about every rule covered. Damn thing might as well have a QR code for its effect text. There's so much text on the card, it's absurd. And there are a lot of people in like the Yu-Gi-Oh scene. I've never played it myself. I know nothing. The only card game I know anything about is Pokemon. But even then, I don't play the actual card game. I just collect cards and play TCG Pocket. I'm motivated to take the path of programmer as a job. Ooh. I mean, yeah, go for it. If you can get a position as a programmer, I imagine it'd be a great job. Very fulfilling. But yeah, I'm trying to be a graphic designer at the moment, but it's a little scary with AI going on. My job is a little threatened, but hopefully it works out. Yoga cards do get wordy, but most are pretty straightforward in what they do. Okay. Let's see. We're nearing the end of this drawing. Very exciting. The person who I'm doing this for said they might drop by, but I think they may still be trying to get home. They may miss it, but it's being recorded, so I hope they can take the time to watch their character being drawn. That said, I like reading the text as, oh my gosh, there's so much text. I don't know what this what this does, and I'm looking at it. Is telling for how stupid the thing is. Exactly. There's so much going on that card. I don't know how you programmed that thing. Props to you. Or coded, I don't know. Whatever you did. It's like the same thing, I think. Oh, I don't know. I don't know anything about this stuff. I just draw. I just draw, of course. Art schools as a whole are threatened by AI jobs. By poll results, artists apparently highly replaceable by AI. I mean, yeah, it is. Luckily, I'm not in art school. There is slightly more hope in graphic design, but not by much. Because graphic design definitely isn't just art. It is very different, even if it has art included. But a lot of my classmates don't even know how to draw, so it's not needed. I did code it, but it was way more work than it should be. Yeah, I can imagine. It looks like it. It looks like an insane amount of time. I have done basic website coding, and that's it. It's like basic website building, but that was for class, and it was less so I actually knew how to code, and more so I could talk to website coders and not take them off by my complete lack of knowledge. I can like kind of understand what they're doing and work with them a bit better. I can put out good quality work if you just want anime, but when you have any specific detail or need consistently, then AI just falls on its face. Yeah, that's true. Sadly, a lot of big companies don't really care about the quality of work. They just care that it's coming out so quickly and so cheap. Like even, for example, my gas station that is like a 3-minute drive from my house is using AI art right now for advertising. And it's very frustrating. But yeah, there's definitely a risk of my work in graphic design being taken by AI. It is what it is. Partially why I've been getting more into social media and streaming and such, because like weirdly enough, it seems to be one of the more sustainable jobs for artists at the moment. Like it's a way to build a community around your art and actually make any profit from it. So one of the few places you can still do so on a somewhat consistent basis, although it is definitely not easy to build a community around your art. It takes a lot of work, that's for sure. I am trying to get there at some point, but we'll see. We will see. TBH, I feel like with AI taking so many jobs so quickly, we really need UBI. There are jobs being eaten faster than people can possibly find new work. There There needs to be some kind of law put out that just says, cut that out. This isn't good for the economy. Because, like, I know a lot of technologies make new jobs for people, but I don't think that AI will make new jobs, at least not the type of new jobs we want. And even then, like, out of all the jobs we want to replace, do we really want to replace artists? Like, really? It's one of the more fun jobs out there. Why are we trying to get rid of it when there's so many jobs already that are so tedious that no one wants to do? Why aren't we getting rid of those instead of the fun jobs? You know? When people's needs are met, people don't gravitate towards fixing cars and making fast food. They gravitate towards music, art, poetry, songs, and games. That's so true. I don't know. Art is too beautiful to get rid of. I don't think it'll ever go. There's too much, there's too many of us that care about art specifically as something that is made for it to ever go, like especially like fine art and such. But in terms of like commercial art, I think it is definitely threatened. What I'm saying is make your AI grow food and cook for me. Don't make AI make games and art. Yeah, exactly. Make it do the things that we actually need and aren't necessarily fun. Although, that being said, we do need, like, I don't want farmers to lose their jobs either. I think they're already somewhat struggling. Like, it does not seem like it'd be an easy job, that's for sure. I don't want to take their jobs. Maybe just get rid of AI in general. Maybe we just take no one's job. We just get rid of it altogether, except for medical research. It can stay for that. Creative jobs shouldn't be replaced. Maybe physical jobs like builders. Yeah, I can see that. It depends how many people actually enjoy like construction work. I don't know how many do. I'm sure there's some, of course, but hot take maybe. I don't know, like I think we can get rid of some like really boring jobs. I don't know, like custodian type work, like, or like I don't know, fast food that no one actually wants to do. Just like the tedious jobs. Okay, I am going to export this as a image, and then, so I need to cover the screen while doing that, but I'll be right back. Or hell, maybe office automation. Plumbers, fast food, sanitation, general, stocking shelves. Although, like, I don't know, that gets rid of all the minimum wage jobs, and those are definitely important. Even just for like teenagers, you need easy jobs to start off with that are super low stakes. Yeah. Oh. I hate this new update. It's so bad. Why'd they do that? Why does the window feature on iPads work the way it does now? Who decided that? It's so bad. It's so awful. We're doing the final edits now, by the way. I will be heading out once this is done, so stream is almost over. That being said, we've had some very good conversations today. It's been very nice. It's fun getting to work on art pieces and have a few people hang out with me and talk. Keeps me entertained, you know. It's been a very quick 2.5 hours, that's for sure. flew by. If I'm not streaming while drawing, I'm listening to podcasts. I like having someone talking. If I'm not talking myself, I'll listen to someone talk instead. That's why streaming is fun, TBH. Exactly. Okay. And chromatic aberration. And then sharpen, and we turn that to 50% opacity. And then the last thing I always do is noise at 4%. Which adds that kind of like grainy effect if you really zoom in. Although I think the screen might be too low quality to actually tell that I added noise. I don't think it quite picks up on such a subtle difference in pixels. There we go. Majestic pony. I agree. Very majestic. I'm quite happy with how this turned out. I think the colors would have looked nicer if I didn't use a multiply layer, but because there's so many colors going on, I didn't want to choose individual colors for every single section. You know? Okay. And there we go. Finished art piece. Get your good looks at it. I'll definitely be posting this where I usually post my art, so you can go look at it on Instagram or Twitter. While I am here, I am going to plug my Discord. Because for those of you who recently joined, I made a Discord for you guys. Okay, let's see if this works. Okay, this oh, maybe not. So I'm just trying to find a way to make the general invite link. I'm new to running a Discord server. Okay, maybe it is just this. There you go. It is in chat now. Go join if you'd like to chat, whether that be with other people from the stream or myself, or if you'd like to see updates and stream notifications, since Twitch itself never works. Let me make sure this actually works. Does this function the way I want it to? I think so. So you guys can all join if you'd like. I'm gonna be ending stream now. Thank you again so much for coming. The next stream will probably be requests again, so get excited for that, especially if you're next. And I'll be heading out now, doing a bit of a shorter stream today, just by half an hour, but I should be back soon. Either it'll be I'll be streaming again. Yeah, goodbye. I'll be streaming again on either Monday or maybe tomorrow earlier, but I have some people visiting tomorrow, so it depends on when they get here. But yes, goodbye. Stay around. We're going to, of course, people are joining now. We're gonna be raiding someone, so just give me a moment to figure out who the raid. You'll see it pop up. Go say hi. I'm gonna go pick another small art streamer. So you guys all go be just as friendly as you were to me to them. Okay, goodbye. Thank you. Yes, it is raid time. Did you have someone in mind? Yeah, let me just look up this user before I raid them. Doing emergency comms for overdue bills. Then yes, we will definitely raid them. That seems very important. Let me just double check that I have the name right. Yes, I do. /raid. Okay, goodbye everyone. Go help them out.